Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft Build with me, Lathrix, the series in which you ask me to build things in Robocraft, and to the very best ability I try to do so, in order to improve my own building skills and perhaps even help you along the way. So, today's request comes from Aidan Johnson, who asks for a Tier 8 Walker SMG. Now that's something interesting to me, because, well, I've never really had a Walker SMG before. It's not something I've particularly ever thought about having, so I'm quite curious to see what we could do. Now, see, my opinion is, I'm not really a huge fan of SMG Walkers in general, because I don't particularly like the style, but I think I've got an idea to make it enjoyable for myself, and that's the idea. Since he didn't ask for a flyer hybrid, I think I'm going to stick with Walker legs as the only movement type, and essentially, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having a very front-centric armoured build. So the front will have shields, it will have the legs defended, etc. And the idea is to take up a good position with only our front showing, because of course walkers tend to dictate the position of the battle in terms of them versus someone else, so that we can take a lot of damage from the front and kind of give them hell as they try to return. So as they return fire, we can just give them hell and hopefully be victorious. So to do this, I want the bottom to actually fall down a little bit, so the front legs are going to be very slightly higher than the rest, so that when it stands, this is actually lower, because that's kind of just how it works. So we have that like that, then we have... Obviously, it's not going to look exactly like this. Right now, I'm just kind of spacing out the legs, so I've kind of got a general idea. I want a minimum of 6 legs. Absolute minimum is 6. There we go. There we are, okay. So straight away we have this very solid block core with the legs like so. Let's just go into practice just to see how those legs rest and if I want them to be higher or lower before we continue. I'm going to make use of aero rods to space out the SMGs as much as possible, just to try and ensure that they'll survive, that if a plasma hits us, let's say, we don't lose too many SMGs at once, etc. Because, well, that would be terrible. Oops, taking a while to load. Is Future Lathrix going to... No, he's not going to edit out. Aha! That Future Lathrix. Less work for you. But you're upset. Exactly like I wanted it. Just leaning forward ever so slightly. Boing! Wow, that's unstable because how front heavy it is right now. Let's continue then. So the front's going to actually be a little bit thicker as well, so knock that out. I'm going to say about here-ish. Like so, and then... Actually the back will as well. So I'll have it kind of with the middle being the thin section. Okay, we could add back and front legs. That wouldn't be terrible, but I don't think I'm going to, though, however. Okay, we're going to be using just regular blocks because I don't really care too much about speed. I will perhaps add some thrusters later, depending on how I actually feel. Right now, we're simply bulking it up a little bit just to add a little bit of protection from plasmas and the like. Well, we're going to need way more blocks. Thankfully, we've got a lot of money, and I think we're still getting back the full price. Is that true? Yeah, we are still getting back the full price, so any mistakes I make, if I let's say, buy way too much right now, it's not too bad, because I'm not making a loss by selling them back. Yay! Aha, so that can't go, but can it go like this? It can. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Like so, like so, like so, and that goes there. Okay. Now, I could be triforcing the legs and such, but honestly, right now, I'm just happy doing what I'm doing right now, which is just a very, very simple block build. Everything's going to be nice and sturdy, how I like it. A nightmare for plasma, essentially, considering I tend to find walkers don't suffer versus plasma. That's certainly not the word I'm looking for here, but they do have a bit of trouble with their legs being blown off, and they kind of get crippled a little bit easier by plasma than some of the other weapon types, at least from what I have found playing a plasma bomber. Perhaps, of course, that could just be bad build design from the people I shoot. I really couldn't say. Can I put these in? Okay. So then that becomes its little shell. Okay, there we are. And also that will act as a platform for in a second, you see. So, okay, we're continuing like this then. Now, what I would like here is to do something with aero rods. Where are you? You want the longest ones possible. Right, there we are. Now, okay, so that attaches to that. So I'm down here. I'm just thinking about shield placement right now, honestly, so that's all I'm thinking about. I put these here, you see. They're quite well protected at the back. Now, these are the Tier 8 shields. obviously need to be further out. I'm just thinking if we have it this kind of style, that way we can cover this up here, and that way the block they're attached to won't be knocked off quite as easily, meaning that we hopefully actually get the shield's full potential rather than just, well, the being destroyed early on. Okay. That's good. Now I'm hoping that the arrow rod can pass through that without hitting the leg. It can. Okay, that's fantastic. Back to the T-Rex shields if possible. Where are you? There we are. Aha, now could that go one further back? I doubt it, but it would be very nice if that could go one further. It can there, but it's the shield section I'm worried about. And it can! Fantastic, that's awesome. And I'm, yeah, 99% certain that couldn't go there because, well, it'd probably be hitting the... Oh! Actually, it might be able to. Never mind, never mind. Pop that like that, and this like this. Ah, damn. That will be hitting the leg. It'd only not hit the leg if we put it that way around, but this of course now makes this section more vulnerable, and then that hits the leg. Okay, we're keeping it like that then. We are keeping it like that, just because I like the fact that these are attached to quite a sturdy block, even if it's not sturdy for its... Ooh. Ooh, that's not how... Did we have it like this before? Uh-oh, did I put it in a position I'm not happy with? Or did I just literally do that? Oh, okay, I see what I did, I literally took it off and put it back on, almost identical to how it was. Whoops-a-daisy. Well, that's not working. I better put it back as it was. Derp. There we go. And then that'll add a nice front section here, which will be nice and easy to protect and try to keep as safe as possible. This thing's going to be remarkably heavy, and I'm just thinking about how overburdened the legs might be. Okay, so weapons then. Weapons, zone threads. Now, how about if we put one block there? Attach it at the bottom like so. Have one higher, so it's protected by the shield, and then that block there becomes host to one of the smaller arrow rods. And actually, I should check how big the guns are. I actually don't know how big T-Rex guns are. They're a lot bigger than I thought they were. Okay. So instead of that, happy like that. Chassis, tier 8, there, goes there, and then the tier 8 guns go here like that, except for it's going to clip. That's a real shame, because that would have been lovely. Any chance I could put one back? I don't think that'll actually solve the problem. Oh, it will! Never mind, I was incorrect completely about that. So there's our first two guns, somewhat hidden by the shield, which is lovely. It would be nice to actually... I could do... is that... then have that block not attached, and instead have the prism facing forward. Just so that's not attached to that, and these aren't attached. So it's not exactly, just really not triforcing, but it's just redirecting damage a little bit, and then this won't attach upwards, just 'cause I don't want to attach the next thing there. Okay, so that's our first two guns. Obviously we need a lot more than just two. Now I'm thinking, which is a very dangerous habit, I've noticed. One more forward, that's... but I keep forgetting how small these ones are. Okay, so 3 guns already attached, that's good. Be nice to have this having a little bit of armor just here. That there, then a non-attached piece here. Once again to just avoid damage to the gun. Just to hold that in place a little bit better than it was previously, that's all. Okay, obviously we can put a gun kind of sticking up here, and that one we can use the arrow rod, the long rod here, we can attach it straight to the bottom. There-ish. Hopefully that'll go, yep, they're going straight on, fantastic. The next ones we'll have sticking out the sides. And they're nice and blocky. The best thing is, that's not even attached... the only problem is, that arrow rod now is actually redirecting damage right there to this block, which is next to the seat, so actually that's not a good idea at all. Ignore what I just did there. If I wanted to do that, I'd have to do a lot with the seat. And actually, we could put the seat further back, so actually, I do want that there, so I'm actually willing to sacrifice my seat placement. There we are, and then these ones say come back up, and they don't even attach to the rod, which is fantastic, making that gun actually remarkably sturdy. in its placement, which I do like very, very much. Okay, next guns I want to come out the side, like I was saying. So hardware and, sorry, chassis again, and I want them to be these ones. Don't really want them attached there, though, because there's already enough attached to this section here, so I don't want this section here to become a weak point. However, it kind of isn't, honestly, because that's not attached to it. Yeah, actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Can I put this gun straight here? I can. Fantastic. That's 5 guns already, which is lovely, I might add. Okay, once again, these guns, these blocks won't be directly attached because of how the aero rod's connection points are only on the top and the bottom. So those are 5 guns. So yeah, there are 6 guns with the two closest being attached here and here. A lot of it being armoured up oddly because of the aero rods, which of course is exactly what we want. Put a pilot seat down in just a second. Don't want it on the bottom layer, obviously. It's on the second button. Do I have any inners? Okay. Let's just use the inners. Oh no, I want the full blocks. No, I do have to kind of conserve on weight a little bit now. So I just want this here just for a bit of plasma protection from hits on the bottom, just so it doesn't direct straight into my legs. And then we'll put the seat there. Except for we'll have a couple of regular blocks for the actual seat itself. We very well could add a ejector seat here. It would be very simple to put a tier 2 ejector seat right there. It's got to be said. I'm not I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of them personally, but I do see their positive qualities. Say that. Special, him there. So it's 1, 2, 3 in the seat. So 1, 2, 3. Dash, dash. So the big problem is now, the entire robot is only attached to the front piece there. There we go. It's only the tier 2 thruster, so that's not the weakest thruster you could possibly use there. So it isn't even going to provide that much help. But oh well, we've did it now. Whatever. Whatever, it's happened. I wouldn't mind some more guns. Just for a bit of redundancy. Let's see how this thing walks. It's going to be remarkably heavy. Take a bit of a drink while we load it up. Actually walks okay. Of course, right now we have absolutely no gun redundancy whatsoever. Our front section, however, is that's going to be so difficult to actually destroy. For legs, I've not really did too much to protect them, but they should be okay, other than the back ones, which are very, very vulnerable. Yeah, it walks just fine, okay. That's good. Okay, back to the mothership. And of course, that was all on 0 overclocking, so that's good. Chassis type, and we want long rods. I think we'll put them here. So we'll attach them to this bit here. They want the long rods. And that'll be able to shoot forward, particularly since I'm actually leaning forward again. One of the reasons why I wanted that to be a thing. Wait, am I actually not leaning forward? Oh darn, I've done it wrong, haven't I? I ended up putting all the other legs on the same plane. Or did I? Did I? It's hard to see. So this attaches to this. So yeah, I have. Whoops, a daisy. Did not mean to do that. Did not mean to do that at all. So drop these two down by 1 then. Okay. Whoops, a daisy. I didn't. I swore I put them in. Well, obviously when I've replaced them, I must have just lined them up, old habits and all that. That's what I wanted to see. So so it has a natural downwards lean. Okay, I'm actually quite happy with this so far, honestly. Honestly, oh, we are in tier 9, however, so that's a whoopsie-daisy. How would I change that? I guess it would be just that's not good. I'm still happy with it though, guys. If we're going to be this big, we're going to have to change the block type we use to some yellow. Which is a shame, because I actually really like how it is. The seat's a bit weak, but other than that, the front itself, that's the whole point in this front. Down-tuning the guns would give us remarkable amount of leniency, but that would be, of course, weakening our firepower. So are we going to weaken our firepower to increase our defense? And honestly, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, because I do really want this to be better defended than it is currently, even though I'm already quite happy with it. So having 2 lower tier guns won't do too much, honestly, because at the moment everything's quite weak. So 2 of our guns being, I don't like it. No, I do not like it. No, they have to be tier 8. They have to be tier 8. I don't care. They need to. They just need to. I just need to. Okay, so less important sections like this little line here can be changed over. That there. Can't change any further though. This and this, same again. Some of the back section, like the line here, can be changed. Oops. Want that to be a prism anyway. Ooh. Shall I prism all this backwards? Yeah, prism it all backwards rather than forwards. But now I want to add more blocks. Oh, we're in an impasse here, sir and threats. We're hitting tier 9, but I really like how this thing's turned out. What happened if I downgraded the shields? Which one of these is actually the thing? There it is. Well, first of all, ooh, we could place them here, but then they're not using the awesome placement. How much difference is the power there? 13k versus 17k. No, that's too much of a difference. I'm sorry. That is far too much of a difference. That's like the difference between a rail getting through and doing some damage, and a rail destroying the shield but basically being stopped on the spot. Cube Depot. Let's buy a load of tier 7 blocks. We're essentially trying for block spam in... Oh! Is it CPU? What is our CPU limit in tier 8? No, it's not. It's definitely over 1,000. I'm gonna Google it actually. 1 second, sir and threats. Okay, it's actually 1,800. What? It's 1,200 and something. I should say there. I think it had 8 in it, and that was kind of stuck in my head. Well, we're going for the McDonald's colours here in sir and threats. We are certainly going for the McDonald's colours right now. Nice yellow and red. You may call us Ronald. Changing the prisms more so than the regular blocks, just because the prisms are already lower armor than the regular blocks, so it may as well. If I've put prisms down, it means it was either I don't really care too much if the armor's a little bit lower, or it was a spare block, so I don't mind those being changed over quite so much. At least that's the general rule I've got. Then that one can go forwards, because I don't want that one actually attaching to the section there. I know I am actually adding some blocks, but still. So these have a ranking of 44 million. These have a ranking of 732 million, so obviously the difference is quite severe. Where's yellow? This bug is happening so much at the moment. And again, put these like this, just so it's pushing away from that leg. Same with this one, we might as well have it attached forward so it doesn't attach directly back. And that can be like this because why not? And we'll do that along here. Oh, I want blocks here now. Like I say, these blocks are almost worthless. In terms of the ranking they're giving, it's just nothing at all. So I can add loads just as long as I am willing to, okay, it's going to be a weird one now. So I want this like this, not this like that. Then that can go up there, and that way it isn't directly attached to this in any way. There we go. Then that's only attached to the bottom. That does make the bottom a weak spot, but oh well. Just how it's going to be, sadly. Unless I'm willing to do this. Then point this away. Looks odd, but damage is quite away there, which is quite nice. This really isn't helping very quickly, it must be said. I'm expecting quite a bit of a difference quite fast, honestly, but it really isn't occurring. Like I say, even if we only add, there we go, we're finally back into tier 8, fantastic. But honestly, even if I added 2 blocks for every single red block I destroyed, I'm still actually losing a lot of ranking. So, from a health standpoint, yeah, sure, block spam. Still a thing, apparently. Still a thing, apparently. Do I have any of these? Excellent. And then some more cubes. There we go, and that there, because I like the shape of that. Okay, I've got a little mishmash there. I don't really know why, there's no practical reason, I just kind of like the style of it. And that can go there, particularly with those blocks reverting damage. And then this, the back legs. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you, back legs? How about if I do this? And up. Just trying to think. Hopefully we can actually add a few more. I don't really want to add more blocks now, honestly. This is becoming very, very large. And the CPU limit's kind of glaring down on us as well, so it's a bit of a double. We don't really want to be much bigger than this. Yeah, sure, buy another 60. Oh wait, no, it doesn't work like that. It's just a ghost buy until I actually do something about it. Fair few people asked me to do sturdy walkers as well, so I'm kind of doing a double whammy here for other people as well. Yay! Pleasing everyone. Okay, then we have these facing outwards. Just so the damage doesn't bounce in particularly easily. So essentially that little bit of armor there isn't attached to this section at all, has to revert round. Of course that is an issue because that does actually kind of revert it into the legs a little bit faster, but it does save the seat heavily. Okay, let's see how this thing walks. I think I'll call it Survivor-Bug. Survival-a-Bug. Survival-a-Bug. Or Surv-Bug. Surv-Bug. So this thing should be remarkably sturdy and should hopefully be able to stand toe-to-toe with a tank in SMG combat. I'm not sure how well I've done the legs, I don't think I have honestly, but there we go. So that's what we're going to call it, Surv-Bug. Okay, well let's get into match so as always we're going to play a classic match just to check the viability of the bot, so be right back. I kind of feel like I want to add like wings to it. I think Rosefall made one, didn't he? A bug, a tiger bug. And yes, people, I do watch Rosefall. People keep asking me, Lathrix, do you watch? Yes, I do. Don't worry. I know of most Robocraft YouTubers. Don't worry. I wonder if that'd actually help me with falling. Because I kind of want to add it. So that is definitely stealing, by the way, from Rosefall. That's how he did it. I think he did it like this, didn't he? He had like the wings of the beetle, essentially, like that. It's kind of folded in. I quite like that, but I don't think I'll be able to fit it. Yeah, nothing wrong with drawing inspiration from a good builder, honestly, and Rosefall certainly is one of those. Yeah, so I think that's how it's going to be. Actually, would a rudder help, maybe? I mean, oh, we're basically on the CPU limit anyway, it doesn't really matter too much, I don't think I can even add it, but could I perhaps add a tier 7 rudder? Then that, oh look at that, it throws me right into tier 8 if I have both. So obviously, I might as well jump up to tier 8 if I'm going to add only one. Kind of want to see how that affects our falling, that's all. Just because I've seen quite a few... We don't really need it because walkers do have a self-righting mechanism already, and rudders do have the tendency to screw up your steering, but... I just want to see if it would perhaps help us, because we're so heavy, perhaps help us when it comes to jumping off cliffs and such, perhaps stay upright. Since we've got a very... Didn't see the rock, that was genius. But we've got a very, very slight overburden. I can certainly feel it. It's just there. I think in Classic it'll be fine though. don't know. I think perhaps it's better adding a couple of thrusters instead. A couple of upwards or forward thrusters. I think that'd probably be a lot better, actually. Which we'll shove here, since we already just did all that. And we can even use this little platform we made anyway. So, tier 8 thrusters. How much CPU are these? 17 each. Yeah, we can have at least 2. That can be our wings. We can have 2 there. And have 2 there as well. Just to give us a little bit of speed when we're jumping, just because right now we're so heavy we can't really jump any distance. And of course we just removed a lot of CPU there as well by doing that. That's great. Okay, and that can go. That can't go. So obviously that's what I was trying to say. That can't go anywhere. Derpty herp. Buying so many lower tier blocks today. I sold a lot of it with the 100% thing, because you might as well sell them, because well, you can always buy them back. There's a thing later on when you actually need them. And we've hit the CPU limit at some stage and I didn't even notice. What a shame. I like those being there. Perhaps I'll keep those there, because they're kind of like really, really oddly mildly Triforced. in one of those ways where it's like, actually it isn't, but you know, I kind of want to say it is, so there. Now we can just do this. And we've actually hit tier 9. Not sure how we hit tier 9. Oh, it's probably... It must be the actual thrusters themselves, of course. That's the thing. We're really playing it... We are really playing with the ranking at the moment. Okay, I quite like that. It kind of adds a bit to it, you know? It adds a bit more depth to the whole thing. Can I actually re-add these two then for that? We can't. Oh, it's such a shame. Okay, we're basically on the CPU limit and the rank limit anyway, so let's just stay like that, and Surv-Bug, let's see how you do. Be right back. The cursed map, Sir and Sirettes, versus 3 enemy rails, and the rest are kind of like flyers. I am just the tiniest bit nervous, it must be said. The tiniest bit. Well, that's pretty. But regardless, I'm nervous. Oh dear. Well, oh, the thrusters help. Well, if I'm... the landing is horrible in this part. It just kind of... It sinks. Well, I'm going to stick with the SMG, honestly. As much as I am a walker, I'd much rather kind of dictate the fight. With so many rails and such, I don't really want to be climbing up walls too much. And that medic's following us. I'm going to try and go across here and into there. Because right now I feel very vulnerable. I could very easily be sniped from this position. And let's turn as fast as we can. Oh, of course. Our walking up is going to be a little bit difficult. Oh, it's not too bad. No, actually, it's not bad at all. You just can't just ram forward because of the front gun. You could change the legs to face forward, but I don't really want that. We're not really an assassin bug. We're trying to be just... Well, more like a beetle. Want to survive a few shots. With awesome sunglasses. I feel that their team may have went down the route of the cave. Oh, there we are. Not the best, but still, we can always go up there to try and kill him. Oh, we've been spotted by someone who could be him. Let's see if we can just dack a dack. I'm just going to hold down fire for now because it's close enough, I feel. And then we'll change to burst now. Okay, get down, and let's see how well we do this SMG. Come on, shoot me! I want to see how much damage I can take. Come on, hurt me. There we go. Healer, no! Ah, well. Honestly, we were doing a lot more damage to him than he was doing to us, even without the healer. Okay, and that's what I wanted to say. I want to be able to take it, you see. I want to be able to actually take the damage and just give it back and just... Actually, have a bit of a fight, because normally walkers are the assassins. As much as I do want to be that, I kind of don't want to be that as much. Clipped him one. Okay, I've been spotted, let's be careful. Plasma bomber there, got our back leg, that's fine. Thank you. Not you, Rail, go away, I'm after this guy. There we go. Medics went down there, I'm not sure why, but let's go and say hello to him. There he is. And hello! Hurt me! And I'll go for his guns, and there he goes. vanishing into the ether. Okay, so far I'm pretty happy with how I've took damage. Admittedly, I've been healed every time, so it's not really a good example, but Plasma seems to be doing very little to me, honestly. I mean, I've been hit multiple times without any major crippling. There you go, good shot against us, and let's see how health is. Absolutely fine. It wasn't him who shot us, though. That's what I'm nervous about. Where? Where? Rail. There you go, a lot of damage done to him just then, and I think we may have got him out of the sky. Fantastic. Give him a second spot. That Plasma's got healed, so I at least have one medic left in their team. The medic's going to follow me, I'm hoping. Excellent, excellent. Oh, so, okay, so it's 2 medics and me. So if they stick with me, it should be okay. Make sure the following, excellent. He's stuck. Spot him again. I'm being spot spammed. I'm so glad that they made that noise quieter in relation to other noises. He's been hit, and the Plasma's there, so let's give him a quick SMG gift. Go for his leg if possible. There it goes. Okay, took him with Plasma, and honestly, very little done to me. I am annoying! But where? Where? Above me? Below me? Next to me? Oh, it's on the floor, of course it is. Yeah, that Plasma's doing absolutely nothing. I'm actually really happy with how this thing can take damage. Oh. Sad face. We need to get... Oh, that's the last fellow. So yes, we definitely need to get rid of that bomber. So as I just shown, we can actually climb walls and we can take damage. So I'm actually remarkably happy with the bot. And I'm fairly certain we won just because our guys died very early on. I'm actually quite happy with old Surv-Bug here. He might actually be a sturdy walker for once for me, and that's quite nice. The Plasma seemed to do very little. The thing is, which I noticed, was the guns weren't being knocked off. It was I only once saw a gun fall off, and that was after a lot of hits. So even though we kept getting healed, I don't know if we'd be able to win one-on-ones versus an SMG, but I think we would be able to because of the gun redundancy. We do have 2 guns worth of redundancy and a hell of a lot of front armor. I think if we can climb down a mountain and start attacking a group, and they can only see our front like this, we are going to have a beautiful time with our guns being really difficult to knock off because of the different placements. So I'm actually very happy with this bot. I would say perhaps make it a bit lighter, just, you know, change some things to shields. It'd be very simple to shield up here, and around the back. But yeah, I'm actually happy with this bot, so I'm going to keep it. So thank you very much for the request once again, Mr. Aidan Johnson, and of course I do hope you've enjoyed the robot. And as for everyone, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, then likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Robocraft and its 3 sub-series are all things you're interested in seeing in the future. So thank you, and goodbye. Have a lovely day, and do take care.